Welcome to Any Advice. In today's episode, we have some intriguing Reddit stories that need your advice. A young woman discovers her boyfriend actually has a great libido. A girlfriend struggles with her boyfriend's constant requests for blowjobs. A new mother is worried because her husband hasn't slept in the same bed with her since she gave birth. A woman seeks guidance on how to break up with her boyfriend who is already talking about marriage. Please subscribe and share your advice and thoughts in the comments. Story number 1.
My BF and I have been dating for 3 years, and we've been in a long-distance relationship since the beginning. We meet every few months and spend a couple of weeks together. When we are together, our sex life is great, but when we are apart, for months, he never seems interested in me physically. It's always me who initiates anything over the phone, and most times I just get turned down. I just assumed he had a lower libido than me. Today I found out he actually self-pleasures himself at least 2-3 times a week, and I'm so hurt. I had no idea and always felt it was a me problem, that I wasn't attractive enough for him, and developed a pretty big insecurity over it. Are my feelings of being upset valid?
Story number 2.
My 27F boyfriend, 27M, of 4 years asks for blowjobs every single day. Is this normal? I absolutely adore my boyfriend, and he is such an incredible partner in so many ways. We are best friends, and we have built so many amazing things together. When I was studying and he was working full-time, I didn't mind him asking a lot of me because he was supporting me financially, and I had much more free time. I am now working a demanding full-time job, and I feel like every day without fail he is asking me for a blowjob, even after I've cooked, cleaned, etc. on my own, which I don't mind doing. I usually come home from work pretty exhausted, and it's not that I don't want to have sex with him, but I like the intimacy and acts of service to get me really in the mood. I feel like every time he asks for a blowjob with no other physical contact, it makes me want to sleep with him less and less every time. He will often get upset about this, as he then doesn't feel loved, which I understand, and is the last thing I want. One of the only arguments we ever have is a recurring one about how he doesn't feel loved because I'm not jumping his bones and blowing him at every opportunity, and how I don't feel loved because he's not kissing and cuddling and doing anything to make me feel like he really wants me. It just feels like I am a blowjob machine to him at times, but I feel guilty even saying that. When we have been discussing this in the past, he has admitted that he tends to withhold affection from me because he doesn't feel I've been doing enough for him. I don't feel as though I have clearly communicated to him that the more often he asks, the less I want to do anything sexual with him yet. How can we find a balance and work towards fixing this before it becomes a full-blown aversion to sex for me, and to avoid this recurring argument? I desperately want to avoid having this argument again, as it just makes both of us feel like shit and pushes us further away from where we want to be. For extra information, I have ADHD that wasn't diagnosed until I was in my 20s, if that makes any difference.
Story number 3.
My husband and I have been together for 9 years, married 4, and have a child together. We've never even had a rough patch in our relationship until this. The day we brought our daughter home, he was so tired that he ended up sleeping on the couch that night. The next day, when it came for bedtime, he told me that he would sleep in the chair in our daughter's room. I didn't think much of it. He told me I needed rest and I should get the bed to myself. Then the next night he slept in the guest room next to her room. This cycle of him sleeping our daughter's room, the couch or the guest room has continued since. He's been great help with our daughter, never hesitates to change diapers or anything like that, stays up late when he needs to, wakes up however often. But this has been going on for 14 months now. At a certain point I stopped bringing it up and decided it was going to be what it was going to be. Even the 2 or 3 times we had sex, he would just clean and leave to sleep somewhere else. I haven't asked him what's going on since he kept telling me I just needed to rest easier. I can't figure out what's going on. What should I do?
Story number 4.
So I, 24F, am dating a guy, 27M, since 2.5 years, and now he is talking about marriage. The thing is, he has cheated on me many times in beginning of our relationship, and I was so in love that I forgave him after he begged me. He has cheated and lied to me many times, and with many girls. I know he has changed now. He doesn't cheat on me anymore. I think it's because he has played the field, and now he wants to settle. He does everything that an ideal partner should do. I did continue to date him after getting cheated on because I was getting manipulated by his lied, and he was also rude to me. I don't know what made me draw back to him every time, but in present everything is fine. He thinks I've forgiven and forgotten about everything. But I have not. I don't want to spend my life with the person who treated me like shit, even though it was in past. Even though he's great now and everything's good, but I just don't want to marry him. So how do I break up with him? Like, what reason should I give? Plus, he does apologize to me every time I bring up shit he did to me in past.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. We value your input, so please leave your advice and thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next episode.